Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And standing Saul Canelo Alvarez, a four-division multi-time world champion, quite simply one of the greatest of all time. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champ.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get... These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Going to shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. After so much pre-hype fight and social media drama, I can't believe we're actually in the midst of them fighting.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. These two were made for each other. A perfect counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Just keep him on the... You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off. I need you to switch back. Sit. Start sticking in a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so we can't down.
Get your mind back on the job. It's a terrible round, that is. Come on. You've let him...
And there's the bell for round 2. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He parries away the left uppercut. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
These are not...
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Just missed with that hook. Good counter punching. That left hook missed. Defense is not an option for these two. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. The gate is going. Back at it in round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Nice counter shot. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round. What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Nice defense on that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the... And there's the bell for round 5. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter shot. He blocks the hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, here we go in the 6th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Crawford in trouble. But somehow weathered the storm.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Perfect counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Misses with the jab. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. There's the bell to start round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. A big whiff with the right hook. That left hook missed. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That left hook won't score. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Talk about it. There's the bell to start round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Good defense on that left hook. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Watch that left hook. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.